All right, now we should have the recording. So, so this class we are starting to using the software. So, the first thing we were going to introduce the Navisworks. So, in this beginning of this semester, you already taking a look in the BIM review with your assignment too, because those part of things is really the same as what we learned from the CM356, right? So, so please make sure you download this one, which is the BIM model and by RVT to your computer. But please do not double click it. If you double click, it will be open direct in the Revit. We're not using Revit, okay? So, and also make sure you have access to this PowerPoint because we are following some procedures in that one to finish our lab one. So, again, if you don't have access to the software like me here, the computer is not behavior. You can Google the Aegis anywhere and finding this PDF. And clicking here will be directing you to the login screen. And once you get in the login screen, oh, I'm disconnected. So once you get in login screen, so they have a couple of the options you can choose. So since we are in the College of Science and Tech, so we are going to select this one, the cost, right? Once you click the cost, will be loading the software for you. So it may have issues because this computer is shared by multiple users. So if you have the same issue and try to log in again, see if it works for you. Okay, so that is not a perfect situation you can do with the software. The perfect situation is you are going to using the computer in our classroom, right? Or you can find the software in the library. Maybe they have it. So we have this classroom 3018 and maybe the 309 has the same software as well. So I had an issue over here and I tried to do this one again, see if it's up for me. Bless you. We're using Navisworks, yes. So for the Navisworks, actually you have the two logos in your desktop. One is called Navisworks 2024. Another is called Navisworks 2024 and the Breeze, whatever called the BIM 316. So we're not using the BIM 316 one, we're using the one without BIM 316, okay? So let me try if I can connect to the cost. Okay, very good. So I don't need a full screen. So for here, it's a Windows, right? It's a Windows inside your screens. You can do the full screens to make sure you can see everything, but I'm over here. I probably will not do the full screen, so I'll only do the half screen over here. So maybe I can try the full screen. So how to do the full screen? Yeah. So now I'm on the full screen. So you see that is exactly a Windows 10 computer or Windows 10 desktops, right? So you can using the Google here. So don't be confused because you are running. So if you get into the full screen, you won't be confused. If you are not full screen, you may switch between your own computer browser to this virtual browser, right? So since I log in, I go to the course. I'm going to the estimating software over here because I need to download the model, right? So we go to the course content and we narrow down to this lecture notes and finding the BIM review section. And here is the BIM model rabbit. So I'm going to download this one. You click it, it will be downloaded here, and you can open in this downloads here. But if you do double click here, that one won't happen anything. But in your computer in this classroom, it will happen because we have the rabbit there. So, and don't forget to open this introduction lecture notes, and we will using it as well. So, once this downloaded, so I'm trying to open that one and keep it here. So now we already have this one downloaded. So how to open it? So if you want to open it, you need to using the software called Navisworks Manager, right? So you can find it in your computer, find the icon. So in the case, if you're using the virtual here, so you go to the classroom app and find the course. And for here, this one is already uploaded to the latest version 2025. It's not necessary. So you're still using the 2024, it's fine, okay? So I'm not using this Beam 316 one. I'm using this regular one. Okay, open this regular one. So you can do the same thing on your desktop. Okay. Maxine, you don't need to do that. Just using the computer. Don't go to the virtual space. Yeah, if you're using the virtual space, my here will be very slow. So log off your virtual space. So in this classroom, you don't need to using the virtual space. Only in case you cannot log into this computer, you have your own personal computer you want to use in this classroom, or you're doing your assignment at home. Okay, in the library, you should have access to this Navisworks. Okay, so you see it take a lot of time to open it, but if you're doing here with your desktop over here, that only kind of likely couple of seconds will be opening, right? Okay, so all right, now I opened the Navisworks over here, so you should have the same window or maybe similar window as me, right? So how to open that one? So we cannot double click it because it's different formats. We need to convert it from the Rabbit to the Navisworks, right? So what we can do is we can open. Click the open button here or the open button here. So these two options to do the open. So click this open here and go to the downloads, and you won't see the Rabbit file because for here, the format here is still Navisworks. So switch this one to Rabbit. Where's Rabbit? Rabbit is RVT is here. So switch to Rabbit, you will see it, right? So open this one. So click when you switch over here to the Rabbit, you will see the Rabbit file which you already downloaded here, and click open. And you will see this one is starting the loading from 0%, right? And the 1% maybe take a few more time here. So I think you did it in the wrong way. You're opening the Rabbit because you double click it using Navisworks Manager. So if you're opening the Navisworks Manager, you will see a light sky blue color, and the facade is brick, is red brick, and the roof is dark green. So this freedom, this knowledge. So the next one has three versions. The easy one, I mean the cheap one is called freedom. And then you have another one in the intermediate, and then the happy one is managed. The logo should be
So you're good. Now. You're good. Yeah. Have you downloaded it from the Blackboard? Not that. No. Use the download. Sorry, the 0.6 model. 0.6 platform. Now you should be open. Okay, to comments. Right. You did not download it. Go back to your Blackboard. The lecture notes. Switch down to the game review, second one down that one. And now you try again. No, don't double click it.
Oh. Okay.
Just relaxing. Okay. Close it, close it. Go back to the rabbit. Go back to the Navisworks.
Scared me.
Navisworks. Open Navisworks. Okay. So when you download the rabbit file, you're not doing the modification, so you're not using rabbits. In our lab, we will do some modification later, but right now, please open the Navisworks and then open the rabbit file. Otherwise, fine, because you done 3 times. Yeah. All right, so make sure you all. Yeah. Okay. Good idea. When we're doing the great image and some of the
Nobody said you.
so
Aiden? I didn't get a good morning. I didn't get a, Madison, I miss you so much. None of that. I think you're my biggest hater ever. Strawberry grape. So how do I get this on my laptop? Boy, that shit. Oh, actually.
All right, so please remember, if you open a rabbit, you try to import a new rabbit file into Navisworks. You need to open the Navisworks first and then open the file. You cannot double click it. Okay, so So we have it right now. And you can try to save this one first. And the next time you can direct use it. So if you save it, please make sure you either send an email to yourself or upload it to your OneDrive or Google Drive, or even how you can upload it to the Blackboard with your Lab 1 report, okay? So let's see how to save this one. So you can click this save button here, which is next to the blue ankle, and then you will see this save, or you can use Control S. So click the save button, and you will see now your saving information will be saved as type. So you are going to save this one as a Navisworks file. So they have a couple of different things you can do, and you're just using the default one. So save this one as NWF. So there will be something different between NWD and NWF. So NWF is more likely it's a link. So you still need to have your original Revit file available. So if you want to use it without your Revit file, you can do is save as NWD. But in our class here, we just using the default one because you have two things, because later on we want to modify the Revit file, okay? So that will be easy to update. So just using the NWF, and you can try with NWD and see what's difference. But I will only save as NWF. I keep the name as default. I don't need to change anything here. Just click save. Okay. Once you click save, and this one needed to be saved, and will take a few seconds or even a few minutes. Okay, this one few seconds now. So now you have your Revit. You have your Revit model input into your Navisworks. So this is a BIM model. So you can using this the wheel here, operate here to take a look at what it looks like inside, right? So this is a storage with a strip foundation and with a isolated foundation, with a steel column, and also with steel joists, and with a roof. And the facades or the external walls are the bricks with the windows, something. So, right? So this is very simple. You can develop this model in Revit in kind of like 5 minutes, right? So what do we do with this one? So I'm going to moving this one to the side, and I'm going to access to the slides here side by side. Okay, so let's take a look at the contents over here. So if you're already reading about the lecture note 6 BIM review, you are finding out they have a couple of ways to getting the cost information from the BIM, right? So some of using the software getting the data transfer from this platform to another platform. So, and some of them may using a simple way, right? So if you see the data transfer from this software to another software, so that must be using something, either using the API to getting the data transfer, or either using the ODBC, which is a database conversion or connection. So the other easy way is just export it as Excel. So that is this lab 1 we're going to do. Okay, just get its output as Excel. So and also how do the quantity take off? So the quantity take off, you guys already learned the estimating one, which you perform a lot of quantity take off. The quantity take off in most cases is about the volume, the area, the linear square feet, sorry, the linear feet, right? So kind of like the length, the width, or the height of an object. So we do the quantity in the old time they call all that quantity take off. So this software unfortunately discontinued in few years, but right now is resuming. So the Audex right now is trying to promote the quantity takeoff software. So it's still called quantity takeoff, but it's an online base. It's not a local software base, right? And also we can get in the data from this software we're using today is called Autodesk, right? Autodesk Navisworks. But please using the manager vision, not the freedom vision, right? So, and they have some other e-commercial software like the on-screen takeoff, e-takeoff dimensions, or e-takeoff bridges, right? And the 2D blueprint, PDF files. In that case, like the blue beans, most of the company using the blue beans is using the PDF on-screen takeoff, right? So our class is going to introduce more about the Revit or the BIM or the Navisworks, or we see in all is a BIM-based quantity takeoff, right? So you already at this page, you already opened this software Navisworks with this model open side by side. So that is great. And then we are going to take a look about the steps to do the quantity takeoff. So if you see my screenshot over here is green because in the old time, the Navisworks is a logo with green, right? So, but the procedure is kind of like the same thing. So what we do, so first you will click the button over here, which is quantification. Clicking that quantification button. And once you click the quantification button, and you will see this quantification workbook with a project setup open. So we are doing the same process in the remaining semester. So please practice with it, okay? Not just watch it. So click this project setup, and would you like to view the qualification getting started in tutoring now? So you don't need to see the tutorial. So you can click never, or you can say remind me later. So I don't want to this one bother me anymore. So I click never. Here, the project set up. And once you get in the project set up, and then you will see this one qualification set up, whether which is similar to this one, right? So what we do in this class, we're not using the CSI 16 or CSI 48. That is for the unit. That is for the unit cost estimate, detailed cost estimate. We are doing the conceptual with 100 calculation and assembly with this software, right? Assembly is a group of multiple items, right? So you don't need to do the wall without breaking to the framework, steel bars, the concrete, right? So we do the assembly, so we're using the unit formats, okay? Click this unit formats, and then click the next button. Click the unit format and click next button. And since you are in the United States, you're not using the metrics, centimeter, meter, right? Kilometer, you using the feet, inch, gallon, lap, right? So mile, so using imperial, right? So just keep it default using the first one imperial, and click next. And you don't need to do anything over here. Just click next again, okay? Now you click finish. Now you have your unit formats. You have your unit format over here. Say that again. Yes. Click next. Yes. All right. So you already have this one open here. That is good. And for your instruction, you can move into the slide 5 or the page 5. So in this page 5, we'll be show you couple of things here. One is you need to open this selection trains. Okay, how to get in these sections open? So it's actually over here. So, and what I need you to do is just pin it there. Because if you're moving your cursors out, then you will be disappeared. So getting this pin outer heading. So no, we don't need outer heading. So do that. Click that pin. This is a small pin here.
What? I can't really hear you. You just speak up. You gotta click that little,
Click that small pins. Yeah. Okay. Y'all got this page? This room is really, really big. So I kindly don't want you guys sit behind, right?
what? I'll see you.
That one is very close to the cross sense, close sense, the cross or the close sense here, right? So if you click it here, you will be see that as me. It's small, it's tiny. I'm sorry for that. Are good? All right, so if you are good, you can try to open this one, this plus sign over here. And that is actually to tell you, you have a non-level sense, which is your structure foundation. You have a top of your existing footages and the top of your internal footages. And you have your level one and you have your roof. Those are the components when you're creating the gravity beam model will be assigned it to the different levels and the different categories of the architecture or the structure component, right? So later on, we using our project model will be more complicated or more comprehensive than this one, but this one will only have that. So this sheet browser here, you can close it. We don't need to use it. So right, so you can close that one. So and now you should have the similar sense as this screenshot over here, right? So you have your selection tree open, and you expand it. You can see something in it. So now what we do is try to trying some functions over here. For example, so I want to see the structure framing in the roof, right? And I'm trying to do sense is highlight this structure framing here and right click it. And you will see some options over here is hide and hide unselected. So if you want to hide it, you see hide it. If you want to see it only, you will pick up the hide unselected, right? So I'm going to see hide unselected. And then I can only see this steel juice over here, right? So if you want to see your model again, and you can do is getting this this icon here is unhide all. So I'm going to open this one a little big, and then you will see here. So unhide all. Okay, click that one, and you will see your model show up again. So so this some basic function about the Revit over here. You can try to try or with it, right? So it's all good with hiding and unhiding, right? And okay, so it's all good with you can try again with the probably like the, for example, if you highlight something here, if you select the walls over here, and you will see the wall has been selected, will be highlighted as a dark blue, right? I'm highlight the wall here. This is a concrete wall for the foundation. You see my concrete wall foundation is highlighted. If I select the structure, and you will see my structure has been, the strip footing has been highlighted, right? If I highlight my doors, you will see my door. If I highlight my walls, then my walls, right? And I'm trying to right click it, and I'm going to hide the others. I can only see my walls over here, right? So that will be help you to, in some case, you want it to pick up the detailed or individual objects, components, or the model component, right? So we're still in the wall level, but if you open the wall level, you will see there are some individual objects underneath it, right? So this, I guess this has 4 walls because we have 4 sides, right? So you will see the basic wall because the type of this one is basic wall. And then we open this one, you will see the external brick on concrete or CMU, brick on CMU, right? And then you will open this one again, you will see here has 1, 2, 3, 4 individual ones, right? So in our lab, may ask you to select the shortest one, may ask you to select the longest one. So then you need to know how to pick individual one, right? And in most of our cases, the lab is only asking you to pick up one piece of the column, one piece of the strip footing. Then you don't need to select all of them. Does that make sense? But for the project, you need to take it all of them, okay? So that is the way you can pick up the individual one. All you can do is you can also pick up individual ones through the screen like this. You can just click it. You can pick individual one. The one highlighted with dark blue is the one you picked. And also this and the corresponding one will be shown on this selection trains. So if I change this one, you will see it will be going to the last one. If I pick this one, it will be going to the first one, right? So please always do this. Docking your sections here, and you can see it. Does that make sense to you? All right, so this is our slide 5, and kind of like some basic function about the Navisworks, and then we're going to the next one. So the next page is about the quantity takeoff. So for example, we were going to take off strip footing, right? There is a reference in the there is a reference in our Blackboard. So if you go to our Blackboard, you go to the course content, and if you go to the lab one, and you will see there is a lab plan for our lab 1 to 13 here, and you open this one. That will give you really, really useful information here.
Which one did you open?
That is for the lab plan for lab 1 to 13. That in the lab sections is a PDF, is a Word documents, right? You open it. So if you open this one, you will see this is what we're going to do with our lab 2 to 12. And this is lab 13, and this is your assignment. So that will be very useful reference for you for the remaining semester, okay? So the lab 1 is not shown in here, but the information we can do is, so we are trying to select the strip footing from this model, and we will take off this using the unit format. So the assembly for the uniform will be 810, 10, and this 10, 11, we're not using. We're just using this 10 and 10. So I'll show you what is a 10, 10, right? And we're not using Sage. We will just do the quantity takeoff for this lab 1. Okay, so you can minimize this one. We're not using it in this class. Okay, now we try to find a strip footing. Okay, so I'm click the unhiding all again. The model will be showing 4 over here. And we are going to find our structure foundations. So if you click the non-level and finding the structure foundations and open the wall, you will see the wall foundations. That is the strip footing, right? And then you will see a bearing footing. And this still the categorization or the model categories or the model family names here. And I think we should have 4 pieces underneath it. So you will see 4 pieces underneath it, right? So you can do like this. So select the structure foundation, right click it, and hide unselected. You will see only this 4-piece strip foundation over here, strip footing here, right? Foundation here. Pick up any piece you want. So I will pick up this long piece, and I will also pick up this short piece. So you only need to pick one piece, either long or short. Does that make sense? So I'm going to pick up 2. You only pick up 1. Okay. So you highlight those 2, and in that time you can listen. This is very important. Right click this one. Right click this one, and you will see the quantification here. Okay, you will see the quantification here, and you will see take off. Don't click anything. I'm just explaining. Take off to new categories. No, we not take off to new categories. Right? We need to take off to 8, 10, and 10. Right? Let's see what is 8, 10, and how to select it. So we're going to here, the quantification workbook here. You will see the WBS for the uniformity here is A. A is referred to the substructure. So every time you want to take off, you need to select here first, and then go to here to pick up the correct categories, correct assembly for the uniformity. So open this, click this plus sign, open this subcontract, and you will see a 10 is foundation, right? Open this a 10 foundation, and you will see a 10 and 10 is stand foundation. Okay. We are not doing this slab on grade. We are not doing this special foundation. We are doing this stand foundation, a 10 and 10. Does that make sense? So the next time you're doing the lab, you can refer to here. You have the spirit footing is still a 10 and 10. But if you're doing the slab on grade, we'll be going to a 10 and 30, right? So that's the useful information for you. So in this class here, we're doing the stand foundation, 8, 10, and 10. Now you go back to here because you still highlight. You just need to move your cursor to here and right click it. And then go to the quantification again, you will see take off to stand foundation. Then you can click your mouse to do this, right? Take off to stand foundation. So once you did the take off, you will see this information over here. Y'all get this? Yeah, that's great. So so that is the same as here. You don't need to perform the primary quantity as a volume over here, because I did it here because I want to do the manual stuff things here. But also we can try to do this, okay? So when you open it here, and you will see the model length over here, because I pick up the 2 pieces. So I have one is 17.6 and one is 16.1. So if you only pick one, the short one will be 16.1 and the long one will be 17.6. And you can see the strip footing wise, model wise is 3 feet. So that is you getting your length and the width. And because it's foundation, it's concrete. So what we're doing the takeoff is the volume of your concrete, right? So we still need to find another information is about the thickness, right? Do we have thickness information here? Where is it? You see your volume here? I should be scrolling down to, yeah. You have your volume here. and you don't have your thickness here. So why you don't have the thickness here is because let me see. When you select this foundation, you already designed its thickness. This foundation is 36 times with 12, and the 36 is the wide, and the 12 is 1 feet is the thickness. Does that make sense? So then you can basically you can using your length times with your 3 and times with 1. That is your volume. Okay. You can input that, but actually we don't need to do this. It's already calculated for you, right? So what we need to do is dealing with primary quantification quantities here, which is the you moving to the all the way right, you will see this primary quantity. So we can try to put in a formula over here as an Excel in this Navisworks, or you can just export it to your Excel. You do these calculations, right? Which is our works. So so in here, our unit is foot, but normally we do the yards. So if you convert the cubical foot to the cubical yard, will be divided by 27. So that is we can type in is equal and the volume divided by 27. And see it works.
Primary quantity.
Primary quantity, and you will type in. It seems like it has issue here. It may have updated something over there. So I'll just forgive it. It has issue over here. I'm going to open the Navisworks again. Yours works. Yeah, it's volume divided by 27 to convert the cubical foot to the cubical yard. So if your computer works, then you do it. Your computer does not work, same as me. And you made it, it's fine. You made it fine. If you cannot make it, it doesn't matter, okay? Yeah. So if you see the error, just skip it. So we were trying to export that one to the Excel now, okay?
No. Oh. Wait, let me see what you click.
Yeah.
Right, I clicked the literal, you clicked the literal small. Well, how come yours is not?
It's supposed to be 8.11, Dr. Yuan?
Okay, so let's come back to here. So we don't need to check or try with this primary quantity. If you want to try, you can do using you type in equal to volume divided by 27. So that purpose is to convert the cubical foot to the cubical yard, because in most cases we do the concrete is measured by cubical yard, right? So if you already did this one, okay, I have the issue, so I cannot get it. So I try to skip it, okay? So let's move into the next slide here. We're not going to heading and take off because we already performed how to head it. You already know how to pick up your required pieces to do this takeoff. So now what we do is how to, we won't do this virtual takeoff. So this virtual takeoff is using for something with did not show on your model. For example, frameworks, right? For example, as works. So those things is not shown on your model. So then you can do this virtual takeoff. We not do that. We just based on the model items we have, the volume, and because we're doing assembly, this is for the manual takeout, right? So group assembly, we do not do it as well because you do that one is basically atom by atom. You have the concrete framework, step bars, and ashwork, you come back together. But we will later on introduce the Sage with the RS means assembly database. They can automatically do this, right? So now what we do is trying to get in this one, trying to take off spreadsheet. So how do this one? So going back to here to make sure you have two, or I have two, you have one, right? And then getting this one, clicking this one, import, export the catalogs to the quantities. Click that one, and you will see export the quantities to Excel. Or export selected quantity to Excel. So in our case, if you do export the quantity to Excel, you will see that will be have a comprehensive uniform assembly from the subcontract to the shell, right? So you have A to B, everything over here. So we can do that. So if you only want to export the sense, will only take out the strip filling here, you can select the two and then export to select one. But we are trying to make it a sample today. Excel, export the quantity to Excel. Pick the middle one, okay? Export the quantity to Excel. And you will see this will be the new quantity report. So please rename this one with lab one report with your name. Lab one and your name, right? Don't pick up the export selected one. Just pick up the export to Excel. Export to Excel. This is the middle one, not the last one. All right. So once you type in the name, rename it, it will be say open after exporting, and you say yes. You want to double check it what you have, right? And it will be open this Excel here, and you now you will see your sub foundation, your substructure, your share, and also you can scroll down. You will see internal service. Everything is over here. But the only thing we did take off is here in here, right? So that is the quantities we have. So with the Excel form, with the Excel spreadsheet, you can use the equation to do whatever you want. For example, you can do the volume, right? Convert the units. Go ahead.
If we did this all again and did walls and saved it to Excel, would it add to this Excel? Or would it create a whole new one?
If you save your file is as NWF or NWD, all the quantity you take off will be over there. So next time you open it, you export it with all the things not selected, you will see this one will be adding the new stuff. Okay. The older stuff is still there. But if you select only the selected items, the table will be only show the selected items. Okay. So this is Excel for the lab one. So upload this one to the lab report for lab one. Then you're done with today. Does that make sense? So for the lecture notes, they have some remaining slides here. The quantity takeoff steps. We only perform the set up the quantification and the model takeoff and export the quantity to the report. So we don't need to do this virtual takeoff and the group assembly because we're going to do this with Sage later. Okay?
So after we do Excel, we save it, we submit it to live one report.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Because it's too wide. So.
So next class we will more focus on the strip footing for our lab model, our project model, or the lab model or assignment model. Okay, we'll perform the same thing again. And then we will do more about the how to do the cost estimates. Okay, so kind of likely we will stop in the class today right now. We need to take a time to understanding and retry it, right? So okay.